Go, babe, go! Here.
What is going on, everyone? It is Friday and we are back, and I have so much to talk about. Man, I just can't go live once a week. We didn't have the Rolling Thunder, but I did Big Jeff last night, last minute guest. It was fun, but without further ado, let's kick off this intro so everyone can get their favorite beverage and their popcorn going. We know Oakley loves popcorn and everyone else does. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys in 3 minutes.
So we're kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. We living loud.
Kicker would ever sell the Warhorse at Walmart, but you never know. You never know. Jeff Flawless!
Living Loud with Andy.
I guess this is the part where I start talking and we have a live show. What is going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in. It is Friday. I'm a little thirsty here, but you know what? We're going to have fun tonight. I missed you guys. It's so weird not doing 2 shows a week. I did so much car audio this weekend, and even before that, it's like kind of been non-stop until like the past 2 days, and I still found something else to do, and there's tons of things that I want to talk about. Videos that I uploaded. If you haven't seen them, we're going to go over them, and if you want to go check them out, go check them out. I'm telling you, they are awesome, and more content is coming. This is the nice part about not going live 7 times a week. But I miss you guys in the meantime, and I can tell a difference, man. But Kicking It with Andy is coming back, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. It's going to be awesome. I haven't exactly narrowed down a topic, but we're going to find something pretty good and fun to talk about. What is going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to the Kicker Cave. Appreciate you guys. Jason Stokes. Hello, Andy and the crew. This guy's always tuning in, always super chatting, and won an L7X with an SDK enclosure. I bet you he's going to love that thing. I don't know if you got it yet, but I can't wait to hear about it, man. Thank you for hanging out. Mike DePoli, what is up? And his arch nemesis, Bubba. What's going on, Bubba? Appreciate you guys. Bring on the questions. I feel like the past two live streams, you know, between not going twice a week and having guests on, I didn't really get to have my mojo flow, and then I jump on the Big Jeff podcast, and I'm just going 90 miles a minute. So here we are. We're going to have fun. I can't wait. All right, so Eric, thank you for tuning in. Hey, how are all y'all doing? Just want to know if an 8-inch L7 would sound good in a Chevy S10. I mean, an S10 pickup truck, you don't got much space to work with, so an 8-inch L7, I think it would be kind of perfect for that. Maybe two of them, tops, and I think you would be set for that. Thank you for tuning in, Eric. Appreciate that you are here. Mr. El Fuego, the chat father, thank you for tuning in and saying hello to Blake. Appreciate you guys, man. Mr. Kibo, what is up? It would be called the War Pony if they did sell it at Walmart. I don't know if they would sell the Warhorse at Walmart, but you never know, man. You never know. Appreciate you guys. William, hey. Living Loud with Andy, Friday late night for the win. You're a rock star. Keep doing what you do. And William, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you as always. And by the way, I did just get your bass knob. Thank you so much, man. We are good to go. Will. Thank you, man. Thank you, William. That is an awesome bass knob. Since I had to take it out of the amp dyno and put it in Cookie Monster, now we got another one for the amp dyno. Thank you so much, dude. Wireless bass knob. Just let me know when I will release the hounds, and we're going to have people buying those things up, man. I can't wait. Thank you for tuning in and everything that you do, man. Appreciate you. Whoops, single 18, that is still awesome. Oh no, what did I miss? Single 18. Oh, Mr. Blake, I ain't doing a 50 Fuego. Blake, I need to know more about your build. I seen you post about it, and Basehead's on a budget. He just upgraded to a single 18. He's in the trunk. He doesn't have Warhorse on it yet, but yeah, I think he did a 44, 45 out of it. That's not bad, especially sub up, port to the side in the trunk of a car. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Juan, what is up? Appreciate you, man. Just added you on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in, man. I see you guys. I see what you guys do. I try to jump on Facebook as much as I can, but you know, kids, crazy, life, it gets in the way. I do my best. Ashy, thank you for tuning in, man. What is going on? Even Ashy be tuning in to Big Jeff. Like, Big Jeff's like, what's an Ashy? I'm like, that's Ashy, man. That's one of the guys. Come on, man. Josh, what is going on, dude? Just here to say, keep up the great work, Andy. Thank you so much, man. I see you're going crazy with your new build, 418s, and it's just a win machine, man. I want to hear it, and I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited for you. And I know, man, Team SP Loud and all the other shows, I know Mecca is all the way out in the area. I don't know if I'm going to be heading out that way, but either way, thank you for tuning in, man. And I mean, there's a lot going on this summer. I'm going to see what shows I can make, but hey, TDH and Slamology and a few mechas in between. I've been trying my best. Appreciate all you guys hanging out with us. Devin Davis, yo, let's go. Thank you for tuning in, Devin. We might get a few more people tuning in, you know, just because I have been uploading. We've been getting, I think, 12 subscribers every day. That's kind of insane for me, and it's just, you know, it's steady, and it's awesome, organic growth, and we're taking off, man. We're going to hit 5K probably by the end of the summer. We're at 4,700 and some. It's awesome, man. I appreciate all you guys tuning in the live streams and like the videos, man. Custom and performance. Hey, Andy, tell us about the new Kicker Solo X. Man, what do you want to know? Do you want to just know her name and how tall she is, or do you want to know her entire back history? I mean, A to Z, man, this L7X is no joke with the simple pull-apart insertable recone. I guess you could still call it a spare, but that's what they used to call it. It's got the quick assembly drop-in spare cone, 3-inch coil. It's got 33 millimeters, give or take, one-way excursion. I mean, this thing is just a beast. And 2,000 RMS. And that's, I would say it could take 2,000 RMS on a sine wave for the good 4 or 5 minutes. Like the Parker Special, I think it would do just fine at that. And it does a great job getting rid of that heat. Motor gets hot, but man, she keeps going, and she's a demo subwoofer. Big time. Thank you for tuning in, Custom. Jesse, what is going on? Hey, Andy, thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you guys. I know I almost forgot to put up Kicker Club. We got Steve Barber in here and Ernie watching from Kicker Club. I forget what camera I'm on. Come on, Ernie. Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Where can I get my X10? The Solo X10, I'm guessing. Man, they will be coming out shortly. Ernie and Bill, whoever's watching, I'm going to need some updates here. I know it's the middle of summer and things going on, but how's everything going down at the workshop? People love the 12s. They want the 10s and the 15s, too. I'm waiting for that 18, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Blake's gonna break in his 18. I can't wait for tomorrow. Gonna be on the road for 2 hours to really listen to that 18. You know, that's what you need, is a nice long road trip. I really got to dial in Cookie Monster on the way to Slamology, like, you know, dialing in the mids and highs and the bass and just knowing what I can do, what plays well, what sounds good. I feel you on that, man. Have a fun bass drive. I know I have a lot to talk about, man. This past week has been insane. We'll start off easy with like the L7X. I upgraded Kayla's entire car, and she has upgraded electrical. Before, she had one AGM up front, one AGM in the back, but in between everything, she only had an 8-gauge wire going front to back, and it was pretty bad. But she was clamping 2K, man. 0 gauge everywhere else in the back, but still no charging whatsoever. So she's got a new AGM in the back, a XS3100, and all kicker wire, front to back, big 3. She got the big shebang, man. And for all of that hard work, I only went up by 0.1 dB, 148.2, clamping another 300 watts on top of that. But, you know, that could be all meter positioning and everything else, and just, you know, the weather and stuff like that. But obviously, that KXA amp will make extreme power in very bad situations, aka low voltage. And you can get a little bit more, but to really upgrade your score, you gotta almost double your power, or at least a quarter power, to really see any kind of big results. So I went into this knowing, I'm probably not gonna break that 50. If I get a 49, that would be cool. But I didn't. But she can play all day. The amp's not shutting off because it's hitting like 10.8 volts. Like, it's doing good, and it's just playing a lot better. She got mids and highs everywhere. In the rear, she had just kickers in the front, and now the mids and highs are powered. It was originally just head unit power. That was it. So it just sounds a lot better. A lot of stuff to go over. That's just one little thing. We'll keep going as we go throughout the show. Let's get back to the comments. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Appreciate you guys. Basehead 316, thank you for tuning in, man. This is the guy that was asking on the Big Jeff show, like, yo, get Andy on there. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go on it again. You know, I've already been on the show. And then Jeff's like, oh yeah, Andy, come on. I'm like, man, I'm sitting here, just finished doing something with some batteries, 18650s that I picked up from Battery Hookup, and messing with this portable charger. And I'm like, all right, to the studio, throw on the Superman outfit, aka the kicker shirt. Thank you so much for making that happen, man. You know, it just, that's the thing, man. If it wasn't for you guys give me the energy and the motive to do it. Appreciate you guys. William, you know what? Would you look at that? Would you just look at that? Just look at it. You can see it right there, right there. You see it? Just look at it. That's all you gotta do, William. I love your bass knobs, and I love you, man. Thank you so much. It seems like we got 25 up in the house. He's probably saying to make it rain. When does the Warhorse drop? That's a very good question. I don't know. I hope very soon, but at the same time, man, I know how these things go. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. If you guys hear anything, they're going to release that information publicly on the Unmasked show, unless Ernie or Bill or Steve's like, hey, Andy, you can release this on your show, and that would be crazy. But regardless, go to the Kicker Unmasked show to find out easy information like that, man. 100%. But I'm happy to help you guys, because sometimes you miss the Unmasked show, and this is where we'll catch you. Make sure that you know what's going on. All right, let's see. Eric, I used to have two 12-inch L7s in my 2007 Volkswagen Bug with a 6,000 watt amp. Always loved the Kicker brand. You know, man, L7s, I always thought they were the coolest thing, just for the simple fact they're square. And, you know, they can take a little bit of power, and just their signature sound and a nice sealed box. They sounded great. They sounded phenomenal. It had bass that was a little bit different than what I had. And it may be nostalgic or not, it sounded different and better. And I feel like that's a lot of people's beginning history with car audio is Kicker, man. It is very common to hear someone say, oh yeah, man, and when I got into car audio, my first setup was Kicker blank, blank, blank. And it's just, it's awesome, man. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Ashy, throwing out the pennies. Don't start. Here we go. Thank you so much, man. What's up, Andy? A little 14.4 love. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate all that you do. And thank you for the pennies, man. Means so much. Speaking of the 14.4 Deviant, this show has been sponsored by 14.4 Talk for all the publicity on the Big Jeff show. You're welcome. Paycheck will be, or yeah, I guess my paycheck will be in the mail from you, right? Thanks, man. No, I appreciate what you do, and that was an awesome wrap. I need to get that file so I can throw that on. That was awesome. Thank you so much, Deviant. Let's see. Oh, I'm pretty far behind Ashy making it rain. He always is, man. Oh, the 212's doing a 44.8. You haven't metered the 18 yet. Okay. I think it'll do roughly the same, but that's just my guess. I mean, 212s is 226, and 18 is what? Oh, I should know this. Well, 18 circle, 253, I think? Yeah, because 176, 253. Yeah, so I mean, you're 20... so inches a little bit bigger. You could be louder. You got a little bit more cone area for sure. All comes down to bore and stroke. You got more bore, do you got more stroke, and does it work for your vehicle, and all those other fun stuffs. You know what, Kyle? I feel like everybody has their niche, has their person, has their company, and you know what? I get that. Look at all the Kicker stuff I got. But at the same time, we are all in this together at the end of the day. You know, and the sooner you realize that, the easier life gets, and you can just get along with everybody to the, you know, most degree. You're not going to get along with everybody, because some people are just going to choose not to like you, and there's nothing you can do about it. But everybody has their team, and support your team, man. All right, let's see. Okay, let me scroll down and see if I missed anything too crazy. We got Jake. What is up, Jake? Good morning. This guy is up playing Call of Duty all night. It is the morning to him. Thank you for tuning in, Jake. Appreciate you, man. You got this, or no, that's the elbow cough. What's the you got this one? I'm trying to think. I think that's the one that's like this. Thank you, Ashy. Garrick, thank you for tuning in. Live watching from Kansas. Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you guys. These Living Loud with Andy chats are like a family reunion. Hello, family. I know. Now, it's like it is pretty cool, because just the type of platform that I run here, you know, by talking to you guys, and, you know, not always just a topic. We're just here to hang out and have fun. It really kind of is, man. It kind of is, and you guys make it happen. Thank you so much. El Fuego for the win! Thank you, 25. Thank you. Oh, Kayla's build. Yes. Oh, man, it's clean. It looks good. The last thing I got to do is just cut out the little areas for where I have the braces for the box, so it doesn't move, so it can slide right over the carpet, and she's good to go, man. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you so much. We got We got some Sony bucks here, 2 explodes, some 10.9, and you blowing cars up. Thank you, Dub. Appreciate you, man. You know, I need to find a clip of my Sony explodes because I know I do have some video out there with Sony explodes because I've played with a few of them. Thank you so much, man. And, you know, I'm trying not to blow anything else up. I was playing with that battery, the DIY portable USB charger, you know, like how you carry it around, you could charge your phone and charge whatever. Well, they have them on Amazon now, and you can put your own 18650 batteries in there, and I wasn't paying attention, being a big dummy. I put the last battery in. It was the last one, and I put it in reverse polarity, and it just started to glow, and I'm like, oh my god. And it was fine. Everything was great. So yes, you know what? I try not to blow things up, but things happen, and that's why you gotta pay attention to what you're doing, man. Thank you so much, Dub. We got another super chat. Jason Grant, thank you, man.
I don't care what you say about kickers. This guy is a difference maker.
Difference maker. And so is Jason. Thank you so much, man. Team Andy. You know, everybody's got their team, but at the end of the day, it's just nice. It's almost like common decency just to get along. You know, you don't have to love the person, but you just got to get along with them. And that's what we strive for here. At least I do, and I hope you guys take away something from that too. But thank you, Jason. Appreciate you, man. So much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. Got a lot of new people in here tonight. I'm trying to get to the questions. I'm trying to get to what I wanted to show. I mean, there's so much going on. There really is. There really is. Again, Jason, thank you, man. At Jake, a 148.2 is solid AF. Dude, it really is. It really is. And honestly, you know, I thought it was louder than Cookie Monster to the ear, and then I got in Cookie Monster. I'm like, no. But I like it in a way where I feel like it is louder when I'm just listening to that. For the simple fact, it hurts my ears more, and I don't know if that's... I believe it's because there's more vehicle left. There's not the entire box taking up the car, and just how the sound waves are going past my ear. I feel like it's just pressurizing better where I'm driving. And compared to Cookie Monster, where it's, you know, it's the box is right behind your head and just how the waves are passing. SPL is a number, but experience and how it sounds is important too. I think it sounds louder to me, at least with the bass. I don't know, but the box sounds amazing, man. And honestly, the more I play with it, the more I find out, man, this thing does got a lot of bandwidth for what it is. It's hurting my ears at 42 hertz, and my scores are at 34. That's quite a distance away from the peak, and usually you have a pretty significant drop-off by that frequency, and that car, it just matches up well with it, and that sub's doing work, man. It works. And yeah, I know, it's a single 12, and here I'm like, oh man, I need a 49. Meanwhile, I could barely do a 44, 45 with my single 18 years ago. So it's just, it's crazy how far we come, the spoiled or we get, it seems like. I think you're going to need more than a $20 super chat for a deviant face reveal. I mean, the cameo, I could just imagine the cameo for Devianto, you know, that would be quite expensive. But if we all pitch in. Andy, how many cubes for 2 Solo X12s? I mean, it really does all depend what you go with, but just for the simple fact that Kicker doesn't have a range, and I don't have that much experience with it, I would say go with the recommended spec. Mine is actually smaller than recommended spec. It's like 2.5 cubes, but the port is quite long and quite big, so it still equals out to the same as the recommended spec of Kicker with the 3 cubic box. So it really all depends how you tune it, how big the port is, what you're trying to go for, orientation, space in the vehicle, lots of factors. But if you stick with what Kicker says, I would go with that. But just remember this, just because you run 2 doesn't mean you double the airspace. It doesn't always come into play when you have 2 drivers in the same enclosure. Just how things work. Now, if they were separate chambers, then do it. I think that would be totally fine. That would make sense. But if you have it in the same chamber, I feel like there's other variables that throw that off. No horse head a la natural. Yes, no horse head indeed. No, I ain't paying for that. We go in a Discord for that. Appreciate you, Juan. StreamYard pillow for the win. Had Big Jeff jelly. He was definitely jelly. And I wanted one. I watched them go live every Sunday at 9 o'clock Eastern. And I always try to win, but it's always rigged. And I'm like, you know what? I ain't waiting any long. I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna buy it. I think it was like $20. It's not bad. I mean, it's a pillow, but StreamYard. I mean, I'm paying these guys $50 a month to stream 1080 and all this other fun stuff. Why not support them a little bit? Awesome guys. The owners of the StreamYard are the ones that go live every Sunday, so that's cool. They're not all the guys behind the computers doing all the stuff, but they are the creators, and it's cool to see them. Brian Townsend, what is going on? Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. Appreciate you guys, man. I feel like more people are coming in. I love you guys. Thank you so much. All right. Kyle, I love the base fan. Just kind of feel like he's screwing people over. And you know what? I feel like that can happen with any distributor, any brand. And, it's just, it's too early to call. It's too early to call. I've heard stories, horror stories from just about every distributor known to man, and it just, I feel like that just kind of happens, and it sucks that it does. And I just wish that any distributor or any brand would maybe correct that a little bit better. Just because, for the simple fact, I see what Kicker does. I see how they take care of companies and companies and people, and it's the top level bar. It's really hard to compare it against anything else. That's why I don't feel some type of way, because they've been doing it for so long, and the customer service is next to none, man. But if you can get close to that, you're doing good. And there's always those bad situations where you might get screwed over. It happens, man. It definitely happens. All right, let's see. Garrick had some Type R's. I love some Type R's, man. I had the good ones. With the red right in the middle. Gray cone. Audio Sellers. Hey, Andy, what's up? Nice meeting you at Slamology. Thanks for tuning in, and it was awesome to meet a lot of you guys. I feel like I didn't get to see everybody. I wasn't walking around, but if you walked past the Kicker tent, 9 chances out of 10, I was there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Deviant with the 14.4 super chat. I still need to make that video. We'll get on to it. We'll get it. Paycheck for correcting Big Jeff on the name. I got you. I'm like, you can't mess it up again. And John K has been commissioned to fix his bars so we can send you a full-length song. And thanks for repping the crew last night. Thank you, man. Thank you for all you do. And yeah, you know what? It wasn't the bars. It was the timing with the music and the bars. And it's just because he didn't have the music behind him. How are you going to keep beat? You just can't. But the words were perfect. Thank you, guys. Devin and John, appreciate you guys so much. And always repping, man. Always. Mike DePoli with the $10 super chat, man. I'm slacking here. Andy, hope Mr. B had a great birthday. Tonight is the night we get Deviant, D4L, aka Deviant. Face reveal, 10 p.m. Be there or be a horsehead. Deviant, I love you, man. But one of these days, we're going to make you crack. Thank you so much, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. And thank you for the super chat. SJC, long time no see. Hey. Andy and the crew. Thank you for tuning in, man. CCA Vega and Big D. They ain't here. What you talking about, Willis? All right, cool. SJC, you got this. Dub Team, Stu, Colby, Matt G, and all the bros missing us tonight. Yeah, where is Stu? Man, Matt G hasn't been around for a little while. And Colby, yeah, he's been a little bit of MIA too. Dub, Colby, that's your dude, man. You got to get on him, man. Thank you so much, dude. Teddy Roosevelt, Bohemian Rhapsody. Yes, that's a very good song. Kibo with a $10 super chat. Happy birthday, Mr. B. Thank you guys so much. And for Mr. B, I actually had to use my YouTube funds just because of everything else we got planned down the line, and I was like, I'm gonna get him a motorcycle. We're gonna get him a motorcycle, an electric motorcycle, and so we did that with the YouTube money. I bought some training wheels for it. He's learning. That was the first time him riding it. He's like, Dad, that's too hard. I'm like, listen, you're going to learn how to ride a bike, and you're going to learn it on an electric moped kind of motorcycle thing. You're going to have fun. But I going to need to get different training wheels for the back of it. But regardless, I'm like, I'm just using the YouTube money. It's fine. We're good. Happy birthday, Mr. B. And I know you guys love Mr. B, and you guys do so much. We still need to go back out to Dave & Buster's. Whew. We've been doing a lot, man. And speaking of which, too, I know you guys know that Tune In, we got hit in the pilot, and it's going to be a long time before it actually gets fixed. And instead of driving around in a Honda Pilot that who knows if there's any underlying damage and stuff like that, and why not get a rental car if it's for free? So we actually have a 2022 Lincoln Navigator. This thing's like the Rebel series or something. I don't know. It's $100,000 car. Okay. Thing drives itself. It's beautiful, and I feel like I'm some kind of gangster when I'm driving it. You know what I mean? It's all leather. It's got every single thing. The running boards pull in and out as you get close to the vehicle. It is insane. I just wanted something. They're like, how's a Lincoln Navigator sound? You're like, you already got a luxury SUV. I'm like, my Pilot's a luxury? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take the Navigator. So we get to roll around in style for a few months here, because they ain't going to be able to fix it until September 4th. What the heck? I went through the insurance company's mechanic, and that's how long it's going to take for them. Either way, we'll be rolling in style, man. I took the quad box out right before I took it up there, too. One, so I could unload a few things down to storage, and two, just because it's my quad box, I didn't want anything to happen to it, so I had to throw in a pair of L7S12s in the back, just because, you know, I can't go without bass, and so it's there, but it's going to be at the shop for a long time, so either way, it works. I'll get it back, and then I have to bring it back. It's a bunch. I don't want to bore you guys to death, but it's cool that we got that kind of stuff, you know, situated. It's nice. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Not drive my Pilot until September? I don't want something happening to it, and then I get in another accident, and then you say you're not going to fix it because that wasn't your problem. You know, no, I don't want to drive the thing. Let it sit. Give me a rental. There we go. Cool. Awesome. Sweet, man. All right, let's see if there's anything else. Okay, so after I did the L7X metering, I had to do the Warhorse. I had to find out how loud Cookie Monster could get. One, I did meter it before, and it did a 51 flat, but I didn't know how much power I was clamping, and I changed two things. I just made the port 2 inches shorter, which I might extend back, because I want to see if it was that variable that made me louder or moving up. I did two things at once, and I always stress that. Do what I say, not as I do, and I'm going to go back and extend that port and see if my score still stays at that 51.5. I know I won't blow the sub, Bubba. I won't do it. We got the Steve Irby signature on there. We got the Steve Irby signature on the amp. We ain't going to blow it, but little Bert, she can take it all day. Regardless, I want to see if that was the crucial point, but not right now. Whenever I get some time, we'll get to it and go from there. Awesome. Let's see, $50 a month for StreamYard, huh? Yeah, just so we can stream at 1080, and I can stream up to like 8 different platforms, but I only use 4, and I don't want to just stream at 3, and I like 1080, so it looks better on your 50-inch plus TV, and 50 instead of 25. I know it's really kind of not worth it, but I mean, I am a streamer. I was going live twice a week, and I still am, you know, just one less time, you know, every other week, but still, it's worth it. It's a investment, if you will. 50 is insane. Oh yes, for StreamYard. I know. Let me scroll down here, see what else we missed. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We got 40 here. Like Dave says, smash the like. Sound Doctor, what is going on? Appreciate you. It's all right, Garrick. One day, sir. Scrolling down. Most of the time, he's good. Most of the time. Yeah, Kayla was driving. She was at a stop sign. Guy just literally plowed right into her. Mr. B is Bryson, my son. JT970, thank you for tuning in. 1970. Hey, Andy, a pair of L7X12s with a port centered or off to either right or left side for most output in a Yukon XL. Yukon, big SUV. A pair of L7X12s. Still not a lot to fill with that XL. Yukon, that's the long one. Maybe not the longest, but it's longer. Either way, it depends. Are you trying to be louder at your position where you're sitting or on the meter? Because that's always kind of crucial too, where port placement, along with sub placement, but if you keep the sub in the same spot and then you move the port placement around between either center or left or right, it could make the vehicle louder on different sides. And just for the simple fact how the wave extends and all that fun stuff. So if you're trying to make it louder on the meter and you're competing with it, or you just want to be loud where people meter it at rather than putting the meter by your feet in the driver's position, which no one does, which I did try that. I'm no louder. I'm literally 0.1 or 0.2 off in Kayla's car. I tried it. I was like, maybe it's acting weird. No, it's not. Either way, it's still not going to be a big difference either. But if you're really trying to get a little bit more out of it, yeah, you could go port to the left, opposite side of where the meter's going to go, and it should be louder. Or you can go port entirely to the side rather than just being on the side on the back. You know what I'm saying? Like not the side of the box, but like how you're saying either in the center or left and right. It all depends and how the wave extends and goes around. It gets really crazy, and you need a lot of testing, because even the best equipment in the world is still really not going to tell you how that wave's going to load. Math will help you a lot, but a lot of it comes down to experience, man. I would just say, if you're going to have subs back, go port to the side on the driver's side. It seems to do very well in large SUVs. Even subs up. I don't know. But if you want it for looks, subs back and put the port in the center. You'll get a nice sound. I'm telling you, it'll be nice and even. Deviant throwing pennies from Garrick. He loves your content. Thank you, Garrick. Appreciate you, man. See, I told you get that super chat in there. I told you, man. It was just a matter of time, man. Thank you so much, Garrick. It's always raining here, 25, even though it's 90 degrees outside. It's been insane. Thank you so much, man. All you guys. JT, appreciate your channel, sir. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for the super chat, man. Like, you guys are awesome. I miss doing this all the time, and I loved the Friday shows just for the simple fact I can do whatever I want. And the past 2 Fridays, we had Travis, JY, and then we had the call-in. Well, vice versa, the call-in. And I didn't really get to just have my show, and we didn't have no Tuesdays, and I'm like sitting there like this, twiddling my thumbs. You know what I mean? So it's good to get this out. I'm telling you, it's just like something inside me. It just needs to escape, because all I do is just car audio if I don't. And that's what I've been doing. It's been fun, and we got more to talk about. Awesome. Might as well throw this up. This was the Kicker Club post of the week. Awesome build. Look at that. Kicker comps, man. You don't need the L7S's to be loud. You really don't. Or the L7X to be loud. Bunch of comps in there. Clean build. Got the super capacitor. Love it. And a CX amplifier. I believe that's probably the 4-channel. I'm not too sure. I think he has the bass channel hidden or something like that. Beautiful build, man. And it's just awesome, man. You guys kill it in Kicker Club. You guys really do. Let me scroll down here. I am so far behind. All I see is a $20 super chat. Thank you, Baba. Dave Koslick sent me. So is it going to be the Dave?
Yeah, don't forget to hit the like.
Or the $20?
I don't care what you say about kickers. This guy is a difference maker.
Either way, though, Dave sent me. He asked that you hit the like to show your support for this awesome content. Happy birthday, Mr. Bryson. Cue the Koslick. Okay, so it's Koslick clip.
Yeah, don't forget to hit the like. You gotta hit the like. Love them. It's real easy. That thing that goes like this.
That's it. That's it. Oh, that's it. I tried to unmute myself quick enough. I literally missed it by a second. Man, Bubba, thank you so much. And Dave, we miss you, man. Thank you for reminding these guys to smash the like. I was going over a little bit of analytics because I put up one short and people were like, man, you don't run wire like that. I'm like, man, but I wasn't really doing that. That was the old wire and that was just, it worked. If you know what you're doing, you can cut some corners, but I don't tell anyone that because you shouldn't do that. But regardless, I'm like, that was the old wire. So it had a lot of thumbs down on it. So I'm like looking at all the thumb downs, and the like ratio of all the videos, and man, you guys kill it. You guys really do. We're getting 36 plus every time on the lives, and I give it to Dave, man, and all you guys, reminding you to smash the like before you leave. Thank you so much, Bubba. Appreciate you, man. And yes, happy birthday, Mr. B. He is 6 years old. He's tall as like a 7 or 8 year old, man. It's insane, but it's crazy. They grow up very fast. Awesome. Well, we see Dave right here. Thank you for tuning in, Dave. Would you look at that? All right, let me see. Let me scroll down here. Got Electro up in here. Double E. I call him Double E. Double E, what is going on? I don't want to do any other streaming thing just because it's like, I don't know. You got to learn how to do everything again, StreamYard, I got it down like a I don't even know. I just know it like the back of my hand, man. RGA, thank you for tuning in. Follow what you feel is right, Andy. 100%, man. That's how you got to go with life. It's all about you in the end, right? No, I'm just kidding. But really. Let's see. We got Casey up in here. I think that's Casey. No, it's not Casey. Look like Casey, though. It looked like his YouTube channel. Can you tune a subwoofer box to 5 hertz? I mean, yes, you can tune it to the moon if you really wanted to. But to get such a low frequency and the port velocity to be ideal for the woofer and the enclosure and airspeed and just how that works, regardless, it's going to have to be a very long port. And that's why you see guys, they just got them wrapped around like this. And they're like tuned at like 10 hertz. And the thing is just going ugga dugga, ugga dugga, ugga dugga. And just because it's tuned down there, you don't want to tune that low, I would say. If you want to play 5 hertz, maybe you should tune it like 12. Just because if you tune at 5, maybe it might not work that well at 5 and work well at 2 hertz. And all you hear is choo, 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 choo. I don't know, man. I've never tuned that low. I thought 13 hertz to 17 was pretty low for me. But hey, we're always increasing, it seems like. John K, by the way, Andy is about exactly a year younger than me, and Mr. B is almost exactly a year older than my oldest kid. That's crazy. Destiny, man. And man, I'm gonna have to take a drive up to New York, man. Mr. B's, he won't leave me alone about John. Everybody, like my friend, would be like, oh, John? No, not John. Seth, or whoever else. Thanks, man. All right, cool. Gately says subs up, port back. I mean, every SUV is going to be louder. I wouldn't say louder. That's wrong. That's misinformation. But ideally, subs up, port back work very, very well. Look at the quad box. Look at Cookie Monster. It's not even an SUV. Just kind of gives you the best of both worlds and just, the coupling of the woofer and the port and the vehicle and how that all meshes together to make bass by your ears. So having it in a different position other than that, to the side or vice versa, that might help with the wave at a certain frequency reaching the meter. And that's kind of the secret sauce in SPL. And learning that and being the most efficient that you can, and with what the vehicle can do with the subs, what they can do. Speedway 3, thank you, Andy, for jumping in and helping out Big Jeff last night. It was greatly appreciated. Hey, Speedway, anytime, man. I missed the beginning part. I watched like literally 5 to 10 minutes before you guys had me come on. I'm like, Oh, okay, cool. Because I didn't go to work, and that throws me all off, because when I'm driving to work, I'm watching the podcast, or I'm at work listening to the podcast with my headphones. So it kind of threw me off on my time, and I'm like, oh man, I'm missing Jeff. So tuned in, and yeah, I was talking to Derek too. Derek literally brought his microphone camera down at vacation, and he was expecting that the hotel would literally have better Wi-Fi, or your own personal Wi-Fi, which a lot of them do, but all they had was public Wi-Fi, and I know public Wi-Fi at Sheetz, it is terrible. It is terrible. Awesome, cool. Scrolling down. Brian T with the pennies. Thank you, Brian. Sent you an email. I'm going to have to check. Here. What does Mr. Brian Townsend have for us today? Ooh. Not done yet, but getting there. Ooh, that is killer. Can I? Why won't it let me save it? I'm just going to have to go like this because my computer thing's being really... Oh, that's why. It's acting like I'm on a head unit. Did you ever try taking a screenshot on when you're connected to Bluetooth in your car and like Apple Play, and it'll screenshot your radio and then it'll screenshot also your phone? And yeah, that's what happened here. But Brian, thank you for sending this in, man. That is beautiful. He's got the L7X we all know and love, and it looks like the JP23, the brand new V2 blue version, and two JP84s, I believe. I think those are both the 8.4 4 channels. That is killer, man. I love that amp rack, and it looks finished to me. I know you got more work to do with it, obviously. Maybe carpet the box, or I don't know. It looks good like it is, but I know we always want to do more, man. That is killer. Thank you for sending that in to me. And you guys can always send me stuff at livingloudwithandy@gmail.com. And yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you for the super chat too, by the way. Density. Uncle Bobby B.
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby B.
Haven't seen Uncle Bobby pop in a while. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Uncle Bobby. I think it was just his birthday and he was down Disney World as usual. Thank you for tuning in, Bobby. Appreciate you, man. Deviant's going to drive to John K's house for the meetup. Okay, then there we go. Posting receipts. Well, if you're posting receipts, I'm taking pictures. No, you know what? I'll put it everywhere and you'll see this horse head over it. I'll be like, what happened to my photo? Did he alter it before I got to put it on Facebook? What the heck? Ashy, thank you so much for a $5 super chat. Happy birthday, Mr. B. Brought to you by 14.4 Volt Talk and Affiliates. Thank you, Ashy. And Affiliates is the name of the game, man. 100%. Thank you, Ashy. Appreciate you, man. And yeah, Mr. B had a good birthday, and it was like one of those sweet moments right before we went to bed, you know. And it's like, "Did you have a good birthday?" And he was actually like, you know, paying attention, not on this tablet, you know. And he was, yeah, I had a good birthday, you know. And he was real happy. So thank you, Ashy. Thank you, guys. And we had fun. Definitely had fun. All right, let's see what else I have here. I got a lot of stuff. I mean, that's how this show is. You know, a lot of it I have nothing, and sometimes I have a boatload of stuff. All right, so we went over that. We went over the rental. I actually picked this up. It wasn't Alibaba, but it was the other one, Temu, T-E-M-U. And it's the middle thing, not the voltage on the left, and it's not the temp sensor that's on the right, which is the red one. It's right in the middle there. And this thing cost me $5, okay? Like, including shipping. And all you do is you plug it into a USB, any kind of USB, and it automatically, give it like 30 seconds, automatically connects to a satellite, tells you your altitude, your speed, stuff like that. And I think that's cool for anything that doesn't have a speedometer. Like, you just plug it into a USB, you're done. Might get one for my moped too. But my Eclipse, I needed one because my speed sensor's bad, and what's harder, replacing the speed sensor or adding that? And it looks cool. I went with that. It definitely worked, and I'm happy that I found something like that. It was kind of insane. Like I've said, I've been working on a lot of things. Here is a post. I forget his name. I had it on Kicker Club because I reshared it. Awesome build with two L7Xs on the Down for Sound JP63. Killer amp. Sorry, I'm choking here. Let's do this. Oh, I switched it. I switched that. I forgot I switched that input. Anyway, clamping a crap ton of power on that thing. He hasn't metered it yet, but we're one step closer. Awesome, awesome build. Thank you for just posting that stuff, man. I love seeing the L7X stuff. I really do. I really do. I did see, this is just kind of funny here. I seen this on Facebook Marketplace. That's a Power Wheels. It looks like it is ready for some SPL, man. It looks just ready to go. Just throw the box back there and you'll be banging down the street. I'm like, that's awesome. Philip Lusher throwing more, man, these pennies. Pennies are just getting crazy. Thank you, man. Philip Lusher, more pennies. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Got to hang out with you, what was it, 2 weeks ago on the call-in. Thank you, man. I appreciate you hanging out with us and being part of the crew, man. You got to start joining the after parties. You do. I mean, Mike DePoli, he's a local, and he's loco too. He's a local, and he joins in as well. It's a fun place to be, man. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat pennies. Andy, would you ever buy a JP amp? I do want to. I heard that they're pretty darn good. I was always going to use my YouTube money to buy a JP8, but like Derek amp dynos, every single one of them, and I'm like, but I've been wanting to do a Down for Sound build. Now that the Walmart build's done and they're coming out with Down for Sound subwoofers and they already have Down for Sound mids and highs, it could be a possibility where I make a Down for Sound vehicle out of the Geo, just because I can, you know, and eventually, yes. You know, it does suck that Kicker doesn't have amps, and I'm sure, you know, they're kind of kicking themselves in the foot, but a lot of it is out of their control, and at the same time, they want to give you a product that has their stamp of approval, and you know how many eyes and ears that have to take that out and stamp that approval. It's not just one or two guys. It's really not, and it's got to be right. I know you know out of a lot of people El Fuego, but yes, it does hurt, and if I said that it doesn't hurt them, I'd be lying to you. All right, let's see. Oh yes, the Walmart build. How could I forget? We got 3 more things to talk about. We got a couple minutes left, but we'll run over. The Walmart build with the Pioneers and the Jensen woofer in a sealed box. This is everything you buy at Walmart, not just, you know, Walmart.com. This is at Walmart. Did a 130.6 in the kick and a 130.2 in the dash and clamped 147 watts. But, you know, that was really pushing it. Honestly, about half that power, and it sounded really, really good, and it was musical. The sub didn't bottom out. I knew that sub wasn't going to need a ton of power in that box, just for the simple fact it's a tiny box, it's a tiny sub, and yeah, 25 hertz. I mean, it'll play it, but you know, it's got a pretty steep roll off, and you add a lot of power to that, it's just not going to sound good. The box it's not great, but it's not bad. No, it's not bad, but it's, yeah, I guess I was right. It's not great, it's not bad, but it's not even in the middle. You know what I mean? It's definitely low tier. Go out and buy a box anywhere else. You probably sound better than the one you buy at Walmart, but if you just know about Walmart, then that's your only option. And you're blind. You never drove down the street further than Walmart. You didn't see the Best Buy on the left side, and you want to get a system. Then that's what you're stuck with. And I mean, it's not bad. It'll get you by, and to do a 130 is still impressive. And when we threw on the Razor 2500, we gained like 100 watts, and we only went up like a dB or so. And I mean, it sounded, I wouldn't say better, it just got louder. And the mids and highs really didn't need a 4-channel on them. But if I had a little bit more control with a better head unit, then I think that 4-channel would be necessary. But with the lack of pre-outs, it only had one set of pre-outs. That's it. So to really adjust anything on the fly, you're getting in and out of that car. I think for the simple person, it'd be easier just to be like, run the Razor and just run the door speakers on the head unit, forget the rest, because it's kind of crazy. It gets crazy. Need that Discord invite to the party? Okay, well, you're live watching me right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull down. Don't leave the live, just pull down so you see YouTube wherever you search last, and then go to my channel, or you can just hit the button and go scroll over to the About section, and you'll see my Discord, and then you'll see the After Party Discord. The After Party is the cool one, so click that one. We'll get you in there. There we go. See? And recruiting them. And Stu is here. Good evening, gents. This guy's kicking out kicker builds more than I've had in ever. Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate that you're here. Woo. All right, where am I at? Okay, cool. What else do I got here? We still got 36 people. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Okay, so we went over Walmart build for the most part. I mean, go watch the video. The video's good. I feel like I put a lot in there. I talked about this on the Rolling Thunder, and I didn't get to mention it on my show Friday because then right after that I had Travis Young. But this guy, I talked about it, Ben, he has a system, and he's local to me. 18-year-old guy, man. Super duper young. And I didn't expect to see that kind of system, at Sheets. Okay? Like, what you see normally is like 212s, maybe a 15 or 2, That's what you see at Sheets, and they got a capacitor. And yeah, no, this guy, he had he had 2 Sundown SA V215s on an 8K full bridge amplifier. He showed me the name, but I never heard of it. But, it looked like a Brackenbrick amplifier, but it wasn't. 8K nonetheless, probably clamping 4. Easy. Custom box, got the design, and built it himself. He had a whole, I forget, 1 or 2 banks of headways. It was a bunch of them. And, he had it done right, man. Got it from Down for Sound. You can see the JP signatures on there. That literally costs extra. And it was awesome. And I got to get a demo from him, I'm like, man, I need to hear this thing.
So this is like 31 to 41 right here.
Thank you, Dean. It's not bad, dude, for being 18, man. Louder than I was. It's awesome.
That's what most people say. Like, here's my lows.
Corna. It's getting to 26. 26. Just an awesome build, just something that I was shocked. Like, I heard he was coming down the street. I'm like, well, what's he got in there? But I didn't want to be weird. So then I let him go into Sheets, and we're still sitting out there, me and John, worker, friend of Seth's, and we're talking, and then this guy comes out, and I see him walk to his car, and then he starts playing his system, and he had his trunk popped. I'm like, and then someone walked over. I'm like, all right, someone else walking. I'm walking over. So I walked over, checked it out. I was like, oh, yeah, man, that's awesome. And then he was asking what I had. I'm like, oh, 18-inch kicker. You know how people are. Kicker? What? Kicker? And I was like, yeah, I do YouTube. Yeah. And then literally just got to get the demo, and it's just, I was very surprised. I was surprised. And to find the fact that he was 18 years old. That is crazy, man. We are definitely spoiled in today's age. I know a lot of you guys can testify that our systems were nothing like that when we were 18, because one, there wasn't anything like that, and two, we didn't know what the heck we were doing. And thank you for the internet, and here we are spreading information so that more 18-year-olds can have banging systems like that, and we can base out even longer, because hey, we only live like 60, 70 years, man, and you get to base like what, 50 of that? If you could base 60 of it and be that loud, I think it's worth it, man. I really do. Bump Day SDK saying his name is, what day is it? Mike. Who's Mike? Mike. All right, cool. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to show you. We went over Kayla's car. We went over Ben's car. We went over the L7X, the Cookie Monster. I'm telling you, I've been doing a lot. Fireworks, 4th of July. That was great. Got to shoot our own fireworks that I bought at Slamology, literally on the way back from Slamology 5 years ago. Our first year going to Slamology. And I kept these things in the attic that entire time. And I'm like, I don't want to light these off. I don't know if it's safe up there. Like, are they gonna be duds? Oh, I fired the first one. That was the video that I threw up. I'm like, okay, they work. We're good. Let's shoot off fireworks. That's what we're doing. And it was great. Oh. Yeah, I got one more thing. You guys are going to like this. Let's see here. All right. Check this out. Clip's got a turbo. That's all I'm going to say. We got a couple more gadgets here. Speedometer finally, since this one doesn't work. And we added a turbo. Check it out. Yes, it sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. Love it. Hey, it's base car and race car, you know what I'm saying? Base car and race car. All right, cool, man. Somehow we did that in an hour. Went over everything. See if there's any other comments here, and we'll wrap it up, man. Next Tuesday is Kicker. And man, you know what? When I have this second screen out over here, because usually, well, I don't think I can do that. Can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. When I do this, nope, now you see it. Okay, cool. So it just does that. Awesome, cool. I wasn't sure, Mr. A10 Mini. Anywho, this Tuesday, they're going to be drawing for the Kicker Solo X and the CX-1800, signed by Mr. Steve Irby himself. I'm going to copy this link and drop it down in the comments. I got to switch this to all destinations. Paste. So you guys can enter that. And they will be, I believe, they will be announcing the winner on the Unmasked show. Or if they do, sometimes they do it in secret. And if you get an email, then you know you won. So that's awesome that they're doing that, man. And, I wanted to cover, since we did the Walmart video, we already did everything with that. I did mention it in the Walmart video itself that I might do, not a part 4, God forbid. We're done with that series. It's done, okay? I might throw a Kicker comp in there and see what it does, because I got one laying around. See if it's any louder on the existing equipment. But I was also thinking, man, maybe we could have a system that's a little bit better, but it's going to cost a little bit more, and it's not all Kicker, you know? I mean, just we're going to mix it up, where we're going to use a CT 800.5D that cost $199. That's it. And it's a 5-channel. And I have an Amp Dyno video on my channel. You go and watch it, check it out. I mean, it does rated and then some. Just a little bit extra. But for $200... And this thing's got clip limiters on the side of the amp. I mean, that's pretty darn cool. I mean, for an amplifier that costs $200 and it has 5 channels, that's insane. And then for the subwoofer and box, the vented loaded enclosure from Kicker. I have one. I feel like, I mean, I have both of these, and it's like literally a great option to run as a budget baller system. I mean, $400 system. And I feel like you could go kind of crazy over this of what's going to be perfect, what's better, what do you want, more bass or do you want more mids and highs in a balanced system? I feel like this is definitely the balanced system, and probably one of the most balanced systems, just of what you could mix together and what will sound good and stuff like that, man. I don't know, but lots of things. We're gonna have some fun with that Geo, telling you. What is going on, dude? Thank you for joining with me 2 weeks ago. That was awesome, man. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you again, dude. I know I do miss the Kicking with Andy shows. So that Team New York can win a coupon. The 50% off discount code. I know I think that's why they're like, listen, Andy, you got to take a break here. We got too many discount codes and we already see Bubba's cart history. You need to take a break for a minute. Awesome. What is going, Lil Tim? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. I'm gonna have to find a monoblock amp. Guess Kicker lied about the new Warhorse coming out this summer. You know, summer's not over. But right, you know, I feel like a lot of the guys, including me, want to tell you, hey, it's gonna be out this certain day, but nobody for sure knows. And if there is somebody that knows, they're not saying. And it does suck, not gonna lie. But when they're here, it's just like the L7X not being here. They're out. I know they're a little hard to get a hold of, but they're out. And, you know, just like anything, you know, the first guy that bought the plasma TV, you know, the other guy wanted a plasma TV and he couldn't get it. And eventually now they're yesterday's paper. Everybody had one. So maybe plasma TV is not the best example because those are great for color and definition, but they just don't last that long and they burn. But you get what I'm saying. Everybody wanted one, and eventually it's like, oh yeah, well, we got one. It's great. Time will pass, and you'll forget that, you know, this kind of happened in a way. I mean, I don't forget that the L7X took so long, but it's kind of like a core memory now rather than in my face. Like, you know, it's kind of like that. Trust me, those amps are killer. They are killer. Jason DeClue. Oh, $200. That's crazy. I know, for a 5-channel amp, and it does rated at every single number. It did not do rated anywhere. Maybe it was like certified when all the channels were driven, but that's not realistic because you're not going to be driven at 1 ohm. And my amp dyno can't handle almost 2,000 watts of current. You know, it's just that's past my limit of what I have at input power. I was dropping down to, I think, 12 volts. So, but that's kind of realistic too, because this is a budget system. They're not going to have, you know, a bank of ying long ding longs or excess power 40 amp hour banks in their car. So, and they're going to run this amp. So it still, you're not going to stress it like that because your mids and highs aren't playing 40 hertz. You're going to have a rollover on that. And it's a thing called box rise. Goes everywhere. Speakers, they barely pull any power. They barely do any watts. Subwoofers, expect half of what you're wired at, period. You might do a little bit more than half, and you might do a little less than half. Awesome. El Fuego's jumping in Pebbles peeps. Sweetness. All right, I think I covered everything. Cool. Doing good, man. Mr. Wallace, sup kids, hit the button. 37, man, we got 37 likes, 42 people watching, and I think 2 in Kicker Club, and I'm sure 1 or 2 other ones on Facebook. So I think that everybody liked it. Otherwise, smash a like before you leave. I'm not going to keep you guys hanging. Love you guys so much. We try get less box rise. Yes. You know, no. Box rise is not a bad thing. You know how you beat box rise? You don't beat it. 1, it's your friend. 2, just add more power. That's it. Bigger amplifier. That's all you got to do. If you don't have much box rise, 1, your enclosure is not very efficient. And 2, you know, it's just, well, what's other than not very efficient? Just not very efficient. It's taking more to do more. If that's your peak and all that fun stuff. And box rise is a good thing. But more power. Bigger amp. That's it. Or you could be putting too much power and your subwoofer stops moving any further. And I don't know, some reason the impedance goes down and then you unleash more power. It's weird. I'm sure you know, but I try to keep it simple on this channel because I don't even know what I'm talking about. Once we start getting down that rabbit hole, I'm like, I don't know. But I've been testing a lot of things, and I see how my impedance will just start dropping. Once the woofer is just maxed out, it just starts going down, and it happens. Ashy, thank you. Letting you guys know for when the train is departing the station to make it rain, gang. Thank you, Ashy. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Means a lot. Appreciate that you were here the entire show tonight. Awesome stuff. And Keith, I don't know how much the L7 or the Warhorse cost, but I would say I thought the L7X was going to cost $1,000 or under, probably like $800, and here it was $200 below that. So I'm going to guess $850, you know, and it might cost a little bit less. It might cost a little bit more, but that's probably around the ballpark that it would cost. I don't know. Don't hold me to it, but tune into the Kicker Unmasked show or Kicker, any social at Kicker, or get their newsletter, man. I'm telling you, you'll get instant emails. It's pretty nice. And you get some discounts sometimes too. Man, you guys aren't gonna let me go, are you? Dean, does wiring to lower impedance lessen box size? Oh, rabbit hole. Holy crap. Okay, so if you change the wiring within the same driver from parallel or some series to parallel, yes, that can change because you're changing your electrical compliance of the driver. I think that's the QES and just all the other stuff that work with that. And the electromagnetic part of the driver, so you could technically change how it reacts to the enclosure. You're not changing anything on the mechanical side with the suspension and stuff like that. So there's that. And with added power, not just too much power, but with added power, your rise can change. Just because the driver's moving further, the port's working more or less, or if you don't have a port, you know, what other factors are around the speaker that are limiting the speaker from moving, because that's kind of what it is. It's making an acoustical spring, and it's slowing down the driver in a way. Not slowing down, but just adding pressure, and that's what turns into bass, kind of. That's the easiest way to put it. So when you wire down lower, your box rise can change, but to be honest with you, it stays around the same. Just for the simple fact, I just know from the quad box, I've tested multiple times, different wiring impedances, you know, at 2 ohms or half an ohm on each channel, and the rise was relatively the same, times 3. So it was either rising to 6 ohms or rising to 1.5 from 2 or half. So it usually stays the same. That's why I try to tell people, if you want to wire down to get more power out of your amp, 1, do it with Kicker stuff because it's dummy proof, and 2, just practice, man. It's the easiest way you can do it, and an SPL lab is the way to do it. SPL lab meter software. It's not the term lab. You can get that one too, but grab the SPL lab. Go check it out. Get it. It's the best thing to learn for those kind of questions, and I know you're going to want that, Dean, and it's just fun to just learn about your system or your friend's system or whatever, man. And it's the best tool on the market. Baba with a $20 super
I
chat.
don't care what you say about kickers. This guy is a difference maker.
Difference maker, and it really is, man. I love that. I love that super chat video. I just love it. Sponsored in part by the SDK 10.9 14.4 Cruise. We all love you, Andy. We look forward to the Kicking It with Andy stream returning. Baba, he wants another 50%. No, he just wants to hang out, and I appreciate you so much, Baba. You mean so much to me, a great friend, and I'm glad I got to give you a demo in Cookie Monster, man. And I think you'll still be able to fit okay, even though I moved the box up. I think you'll be good. Trust me. I think you'll be good, and I just, you know, it means a lot. Just what you do for the community, trying to keep everybody together. It's like you're a good tag team buddy here, and I try to do the same thing just on this end. It means so much, and I know we always hang out in the Discord. It's, you know, it's we have fun. So thank you so much, man. And from all the crews, I didn't know SDK had a crew, man. I mean, crew me up, you know. So thank you guys. Hold on, we got to do this right. There we go. SDK 10.9 and 14.4 crews. Thank you so much for tuning in. No changes here, but you're late. Thank you guys. I love you, and I will see you next Friday. And as always, stay living loud.
that means? We living loud.
For the $20 super chat, man. I don't know if that caboose ticket's gonna hold very well, but thank you so much, and thank you for tuning in as always, man. Love you guys. See you at the caboose. Mr. Jake. And we are live. No more Bugs Bunny. Cornette's coming in with the caboose. Love you guys. And cut. Oh, Deviant! I was hiding in the bushes. Deviant, then Ashy comes and steals it. Choo choo.